Hi, I'm Lady Charmaine, and welcome to the Lady Charmaine Live Show. Of course, I have another great interview for you today. Today on the show, my guest, she's a photographer and Emmy-nominated TV, reality show, court show, and daytime talk show producer. She has worked on shows like Judge Faith, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle, Frankie and Neffy, and Jerseylicious, just to name a few. I want you to help me welcome to the Lady Charmaine Live Show, Miss Ebonice Atkins. Welcome to the Lady Charmaine Live Show.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And, I wanted to tell you too, as I read about everybody, of course, I kind of do my research a little bit. And I wanted to say that I love your story because I was able to see from the beginning, from an early age, to how you ended up in this career. And I was able to see your growth, even to the point where your famous uncle even gave you a camera, which kicked off everything, as we're going to be talking about later, the dope camera girl. So, anyway, I just want to talk about you a little
Ah,
bit. Yeah, good story. So I wanted to ask you, and most people may not know that your uncle is actually Emmanuel Lewis, who was Webster. So many of us who were 70 and 80s babies, we know your uncle. But for you 90s, you may not know. But I have a question for you. Was it your uncle's career that inspired you to go into the entertainment industry?
no, actually. And you know what's crazy? I literally just got off the phone with him. We were on the phone for an hour. um, no, actually. So my mom, she works in the music industry and has always worked in the music industry doing PR marketing and putting on concerts, tours, you name it, for different labels from like Rap A Lot Records to No Limit Records, you name it. So I grew up in the music world, and then knowing what my uncle, did as well, I didn't want to do music, but I was like, I kind of want to do music and I kind of want to do television. So I would definitely say, yeah, he did kind of sway me a little bit, but I took to television more anyway. I was always that kid that, hey, Mom, can you give me a disposable camera? I always had a camera no matter what. So um, I just chose that route probably a little bit more because I knew what my mom was always into, and she was never home. So I was like,
Hmm.
man, she's always on the road. I want to do something that's a little bit different, low into the whole, hey, it's all the same, honestly. But yeah, I mean, my uncle was definitely a big part in mentoring me and helping me really understand and focus on what it was that I want to do in television.
But the one thing is, your uncle did invest in you. He gave you something very special. He gave you a camera from who?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Now, why didn't he keep the camera? I mean, Michael Jackson gave him a camera, but he gave that to you, and look where you are today. So, why did he decide to give you that camera, and why didn't he keep it?
I mean, he decided to give me a camera because at that time he realized, okay, she's getting good at this, and like, if this is what she wants to do, I'm gonna give her some equipment to do it. But it's like, let me not just give you a cool string to do something with. Let me give you a gold string to do something with and see if you appreciate it more. So it was about, hey, I'm going to give you this camera for a year. Whatever it is that you want to produce or create, do so with it, and from there, that let me know how serious you are. So I was in a lot of programs growing up, in television programs like camps, summer camps.
Hmm.
I went to a magnet program, high school, that had a television program and a science program. So probably since I was 10, I was always working in television, honestly. Um, and I created a couple of shows. One was called a show called Step It Up, and I had a television show like I was 12 on a public access channel. And it was just about interviewing people in the local community and the youth and just businesses. It was something that I created at like 13 years old. And then I would go out to different colleges and watch the step shows and interview the different step teams and the different sororities and fraternities and just students. I was just into just creating something, whatever it was that came to my head, but it was very community like, whatever it was that I did. Um, and so I shot a couple of things on it. I edited a couple of things on it, and he realized, okay, she really wants to do this, and she actually put it together well. It just wasn't something mushed together. And yeah, it was a really great opportunity. Like, it was an old school Sony camera. So when you opened the box, when you opened the lid, it was news clippings, articles of him and my uncle together, pictures, everything you can imagine, like a little collage in the inside of the case, and then it was the camera and all of the other equipment that was there. But it was pretty cool, and it was a moment that I'll never forget, and something that I'll cherish because my Uncle Manny and MJ, they were really, really close. So that was one of his best friends. When he passed away, that was something that was really tragic for him, the family, and all of their peers. So that was something that really meant a lot to me. And I had that camera before Michael passed.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really great. And for that, I'll never, it's something that you can't put in words.
Right, right.
It's cool, one thing, meeting a celebrity and shaking hands, but when you're actually using something that they use, that, they use to create their own content, now you can use this same thing to create your own content and have that same energy flowing through the creative vibrations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's really great. I think that's such a great story. And you also have a relative that was in the music business, L.A. Snow from the group. I think it's called Dosey with the song Daisy Dukes. And you toured
Deuce,
with them.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Deuce. And you toured with them.
Yeah.
Now, how old were you during the tour? How old were you?
Oh, man. I think I was probably 7. I think I was that one kid that you saw on stage going ham, just dancing.
Did you have on some Daisy Dukes at 7? I know you didn't, girl.
Yes,
you
I
did.
was dancing. I love to dance. I was dancing. I that was like one of my first passions as well. I danced backup for like a lot of people in the industry when I was a kid because I was that kid that used to dance and go ham. Like, so yeah, I went on a lot of different tours with him and the group, and came out and had my own little section in the show. They found some old footage from back in the day. I'm trying to get it, and as soon as I get it, I promise I'll send it to you.
Yeah, because I want to see it. I'm like, how old was she during that time with some Daisy Dukes on, jamming on the stage?
I was really young. I think my mom was really utilizing my skills.
I know that's right.
But yeah, from there, and then there was another group called the Puppies. Hey, little mama, why you dressed so funky? Hey, it's the funky and the funky wise who said. That song, I used to dance with them as well and go on tour. That group was managed by Uncle Luke, so I think I've seen it all from the Uncle Luke tour buses to the kids.
I see it. Your mom was using all of your skills, and now we get a chance to see your skills on television as a photographer, reality TV, daytime court shows, music videos. And I wanted to know, what was your first big break as a producer?
My first big break as a producer
in Hollywood.
In Hollywood. Not my first job, but my first that I feel like was a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I would have to say it was for the Emmy nomination that I received. That was really awesome. Like being someone that's young and being able to be nominated amongst all these other great, awesome shows. And not only being like when a show is nominated, all of the producers are nominated. But when it's your specific episode that got you all nominated in the first place, that's even cooler.
Absolutely.
That's even cooler. But I love challenges, and I would say I love to produce content that stands out, that goes viral, that is an eye catcher or something that's going to grasp you and is going to make you watch no matter what it is. So I like opportunities, and when there was an opportunity given to me on one of the shows I worked on, and they didn't think that I could produce this content, they're like, well, yeah, excuse my language, but if you can pull it out of your ass, then go ahead and do so. And when I was able to show them that I could do it and did it and made it something that it was awesome and went viral, it was one of the top rated episodes, then that's even better. And then your name is known that, hey, this is the girl that pulls through. Like, she can pull the stunts if you want it to happen. You just have to believe in her.
Right.
So, and I've never let anyone down, I feel like that was a great moment. And, being nominated for an Emmy, that was awesome. My uncle that we just spoke of, Manny, he flew out and went to the Emmys with me as my date and everything. So, that was a really great moment.
Now let's talk about the show you were nominated. Wasn't it Lauren Lake's Paternity Court?
Yes, Lauren Lake's Paternity Court. It's a DNA court show. It's a family court show that we find out who's the father or who's not. Are you related to this person or not? Things like that.
So which was the episode that you were nominated for?
The episode that I was nominated for was it was an episode about a married couple that the wife lived, not lived, but she was deployed overseas. Mm-hmm. She was in the Army. They lived on base. The husband did it. He was a at-home dad, and they had a daughter. But he suspected that she slept with someone in the Army while deployed. He didn't believe that the child was his, and according to them and some other people that are in the Army, they have like a code group for people who are married who engage with other people who are married because they won't tell, because obviously they're married. If you go against the rules, then you can get kicked out of the Army. So, you know, being involved with only those that are married, they won't tell. So according to the family, you know, according to the husband, that's something that went on, and he was told from another person in the Army that, hey, this did happen. So that was the big gist of the case. You know, we make people have 5 reasons why they could possibly not be the father. So he has to express those 5 reasons, and I brought them onto the show. We did a DNA test, but the thing that got it nominated was that I brought in someone who was also in the Army, but I brought him as a special guest, but you couldn't see who he was, like an unknown. It was like shadowy. It was really shot well. You could only see a part of his face in the uniform. So we didn't reveal who he was, but you knew he was someone from the military service. So we brought in a guest that was like that could contest to what the husband was saying, that yes, those groups are there. Yes, I was a part of those groups. Yes, this does happen. This, you know, we couldn't put him out there because we don't want to risk, you know, his liability and what he has going on. But it was someone who was actually in the service who said that this is very true. So with that, you know, that's a big deal.
Big deal.
That's a big deal.
Okay.
That's a huge deal.
Okay. And then you
have someone to come out and say that.
And then you also worked on another show, which was Judge Faith. You worked on, and I love this story. It was a story dealing with young jock is going down. So tell us about that episode, because I got a chance to watch it too. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it went down in court that day. It was great. Brought young jock onto the show. He was suing his business partner for, I think it was about $5,000 or a little bit more, for a business deal that went bad. His partner hired a lookalike at one show and received the funds from that, and Jock didn't receive the money from that. And then there was a spades game that went wrong that someone didn't pay up. So we did a show with Jock and his partner, and we actually brought the lookalike talent that his partner hired for the show. So it was good. We actually had video footage to show the concert that he hired this person as a lookalike because Jock was running late. All kinds of stuff. It was
That's
a really
a mess.
fun episode. No. They were really great in court. It was a mess.
And if you guys want to catch, you guys can actually go to YouTube and check that out. But you also got a chance to work on reality shows like T.I. and Tiny, and also Frankie and Neffy. And when you work on shows like that, I know you get a chance to, you know, meet the individuals on the show. But what is it like as a producer to work on shows that, especially like a Frankie and Neffy, that has like really high emotional content to it, when you have relatives that are going back and forth? What is that like for producers?
I mean, it's not tough. You know, you just have to put yourself in the mindset of what exactly you're trying to produce so that you can produce them. You know, you don't want to come off fake. You don't want to come off pushy or kind of tell them what they need to do. And it's like, I know my life. You know, that's what they're thinking. I know how to do this. So it's also it's communicating with them in a respectful way, because they're talent. And, you know, sometimes you're dealing with big talent.
Right.
And it's a certain way that you need to produce those type of talent. But with working with the T.I. and Tiny show, it was really great. You know, spending time with the family, the kids, being able to produce them, and they all take direction really well. Of course, they've been filming the show for a long time. But it's great when you know what you want the talent to do and they can understand what you want them to do, and it comes out great. You know, it's one thing when talent is difficult to work with, and it's like, well, I don't want to do that. Well, or I can't do that. Instead of trying to figure out a way to make it work for both parties, I feel like that show was really great with that because they had really great, you know, pointers or things that they wanted to include in what we already wanted to do.
Right, right.
Um,
And I do have
yeah, it
another
was
question.
great. I still have a really great relationship with them. It's
Good.
really, the family is cool. I love those guys.
Because I was going to say, when you see families like that you work with them, you also develop bonds with those families. And then you hear like T.I. and Tiny maybe getting a divorce or separated. And as a person who wants to work with families like this, what does that do for you as a producer? Because you know how they say there's a reality TV curse. Once they go on reality TV, sometimes reality TV can break up a marriage. Or do you think there was already something there before they even hit television?
I mean, honestly, there's always something there. I mean, honestly, what you see on TV is already 3 months late. That happened 3 months ago. By the time the viewers watch a show on TV, it's 3 months later, although it seems like it's very current news. So, I mean, there's always something there. People have different things that's going on in their relationship. You know, I don't want to speak on their relationship because I'm not in their relationship. So, but people have their ups and downs. You know, I mean, TV does break up relationships. It happens all the time. And not necessarily saying that TV broke up their relationship or whatever it was that happened, but it always has a damper on things. On even an individual, you know, it has a heavy weight on just an individual. If they had a show on their own, there's things that happen that may not be so great, and then things change.
Right.
Not so good for, you know, for the positive, for the bad, but things happen.
Okay.
But working on these family shows is tough, you know, especially even with paternity court. Like, that's dealing with families. I know the fate of if this is your father or not, or if this is your child or not. And for me to have to break that news to you, that was one of the toughest shows. I would by far say was the toughest show that I worked on, because you're dealing with real life situations. And it's like, I know something you don't know. And you've probably been wanting to know this your whole 30, 45 years. And I know something that I got to keep a secret from you until the day of the show, when I know for at least like a week.
Right. Right. Wow.
You know, and you hear the craziest stories now. You know, people are conceived crazy ways. So, but that's by far the hardest show, dealing with families, because you go home with it. You go home knowing that you just broke up a family, not on purpose, because they asked for it.
Right. Right.
But
that's a lot.
For sure.
I bet it does. Now tell us, what were some of your most memorable moments working in television or on a television show?
I've had a couple of memorable moments. I mean, definitely the show with Young Jock was very, very fun. That was a very fun episode. I just recently worked 2 shows with Complex. One show is called Dropping Cash. Dropping Cash premiered last month.
Okay.
And that's a show where celebrities kind of go and splurge. It's a mix between MTV Cribs meets 2 Chainz Most Expensive Shit.
Okay.
You get to kind of be in the moment with a celebrity, and them hosting the episode the entire time. You kind of hang out with them in their environment, they show us around, and there's an intimate car ride where you get to know them more. And then it's the next location where they go and splurge. So, I mean, we had everyone on the show, from like B.O.B. to Young M.A. We had some really awesome talent on the show. And it's just great to be able to work with talent all day. And it's like, they know it's an all-day thing. They're not complaining, and it's genuinely them. And it's reality TV, but I'm not giving them a script to say. I'm not making them say anything. It's just living in the moment and making them carry the show, which was really, really great, because it's like you produce it and you make everything come to life, but you also got to rely on the talent to really hold 11 minutes on their own. And really produce them to be able to be entertaining that long while shooting 8 hours, although that 8 hours is going to come to 11 minutes for the audience to watch.
That's a long day.
So That's a long day for
That's a long
11 minutes,
day.
right? That's a long day just to get 11 minutes worth of content.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Sure, I can give you 11 minutes right now. Come
But
on.
that's
8 hours. That's a lot. Wow. Okay. And also,
yeah.
you also formed your own company, which was Seventh Wonder Media, which you was also managing director, but now you're moving into Dope Camera Girl. So tell us about that transition.
Yes, Seventh Wonder Media is my company. I pretty much do seven different things. That's why it's called Seventh Wonder Media. I do seven things perfectly, I think.
Okay. Okay. I love
But
that.
they are, I do photography. I'm a TV producer, video production. I do talent management, development, PR, marketing, and design. So
Mm.
all of that is Seventh Wonder Media. It's a lot, I know, but it's also the seven different things that I can cater to the industry, But right now I'm in a transition to Dope Camera Girl
Okay.
because that's my photography name, and although that's my photography name, everything that Dope Camera Girl does is Seventh Wonder Media. And when I created Seventh Wonder Media, Dope Camera Girl was a client in Seventh Wonder Media. So can you imagine being signed to yourself? So I have clients and I sign clients, but I'm also a client within Seventh Wonder Media.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool when I created it a long time ago. But right now, I've really been taking advice from people in the industry like Damon from Shark Tank. I had an awesome experience to get 9 minutes of his time. We did an Instagram live a couple of days, I think about a week ago.
Wow.
And just asking other business people because they know that I have both platforms, Seventh Wonder Media and Dope Camera Girl. And I need to kind of focus more on one. And Dope Camera Girl is everything. I have films and projects that I work on, and it's going to be shot or it's going to be directed by Dope Camera Girl, not Seventh Wonder Media.
Right. Right.
So, so I want to be able to put everything in an umbrella company, but not have as many things covered like Seventh Wonder Media because it's a lot to market. It's a lot of other places that are huge company that have, seven different things that's bigger than my company.
Right. Right.
And I feel like if I can kind of focus and tunnel vision in on the three key things that I know for sure I can win on, that's what Dope Camera Girl is.
Well, I know that's
Dope
right.
Camera Girl is still comprised of those seven different things, but I'll do that stuff on the side hustle business. That's always great. But Dope Camera Girl is of a whole new venture that I want to do because I want to create a junior Dope Camera Girl for the youth. Like I want to be able to educate the youth on the TV industry and shooting and doing photography and things like that because I grew up in a lot of programs. I grew up in all those youth programs or summer camps that was only for entertainment and art. And I want to be able to give back to the youth for them to be able to do that as well because those programs are in the schools, but it's fine. What are you going to do for the summer?
Right,
Like,
correct.
what are you doing after school if you're not in sports? I want to be able to create those programs so that, okay, you want to make a film? Great. I have a film idea, so let me combine that with educating the students and get their idea and put it together, and then you have a even cooler documentary that was shot by kids. And it looks like it was shot by, Ava or Lena
Right.
White, because you have the educators to teach the kids how to do it the right way. So I always want to give back and, have an organization for junior Dope Camera Girls, not only girls, it'd be for, boys too. But yeah, that's Dope Camera Girl.
So all in a nutshell, Dope Camera Girl. Now, have you and your uncle Emmanuel Lewis ever thought about maybe coming together and doing a project together?
Yes, we have. If anybody's out there listening, we are down to do a show. We just need someone to say, hey, we want you guys. We want you guys, and whatever you guys want to offer. We're both down to do shows. I've asked him multiple times, like, hey, you willing to do a show? Are you willing to do something like reality? Like, he did do something reality a while back to real life.
I remember.
But not something reality like that. Like, if we do something, he wants it to be something with him and I. Like,
Right.
he doesn't really want to do anything where it's just him by himself. I would have to be included because he supports me. And it's not about him. anymore because he's had his moment. Like, he's really behind the scenes. But he is interested in doing something if I was to create it, or, you know, anyone else would like for us to be joyful in something. He's a chef. Like, he loves to cook. We love to go fishing together. And randomly, when he came here for the Emmys, he bought me this huge tackle box that I have.
That is so sweet. Well, hopefully you guys get a chance to work together. I know before we go, I want to know what's next for you. What's the current project you're working on now?
The current project that I'm working on now, I have 2 passion projects that I am really trying to get off the ground. Of course, as producers, we have a lot of ideas. Anyone have a lot of ideas that they want to pitch. It's all about what's right. I feel like at this point, you know, you get tired of doing pitches and it's like, oh, well, we're not looking for that right now. Oh, well, maybe if you change this and change that, it'll work. I'm tired of the no. I'm ready to produce my own content. I'll put it on my own platform or put it on platforms in which I see fit or have connections with and let it go from there. And if they want it on their platforms, then they can reach out. But I'm tired of the taking a meeting and getting the no when I have the resources to create the content myself. And I have the eyeballs myself to drive those eyeballs to my content. So that's what I'm about right now. And I feel like if there's anyone else that's on that movement and have passion projects that they like to collaborate with, hey, hit me up. I'm all down for that because
no, that's right.
I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of a no. I'm tired of no's, you know?
Right.
Being a woman in television, we're all tired of no's. This is our movement, unfortunately. And I'm sorry for you guys, but right now, we're on our grind and stuff is about to happen.
Absolutely.
And we're ready for change, and so am I. So I have a ton of projects that I'm working on right now, and 2 of them is like, all right, I'm tired of creating ideas. For the next month, this is the only thing I'm working on.
Okay.
And at the end of the month, this is going to be out.
Well,
and
I know
setting
that's right.
personal deadlines. So I'm working on passion projects, and I'm hoping that they come out and that America loves what I have to offer and tell.
Okay, so if people wanted to connect with you, Dope Camera Girl, they want to hook up with you or something, and they got a passion project and they want to partner with you, how can they reach you?
Yes, you can connect with me Instagram, Dope Camera Girl. My email is dopecamera@gmail.com. Either one of those platforms, definitely. It's Dope Camera Girl spelled the correct way. Dope Camera Girl. I'm very, very dope. I got a camera that's dope, and I'm a girl, so I'm Dope Camera Girl.
Look, I'm dope with you, though. I'm dope with you. Absolutely love it.
Oh, that's so dope.
But yeah, this is our year. Yeah. Fellas, y'all better look out. We women, we're on the move. We're doing it. So you're going to see a lot from, it's not just Ava DuVernay or Lena. You better watch out for Dope Camera Girl, Lady Charmaine, and any other mother sisters that's on the road too. We looking out for all y'all. So this is going to be an exciting year, I believe, 2018, and especially for you, young lady. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. I definitely wish you all the best, and we definitely have to connect off camera as well. Can you hear me?
All right.
There you go. Yes. There you go. I want to make sure you was able to hear me. But okay, good girl.
Oh, yes, thanks for having me on. Girl, you are the bomb.com. I love you.
Girl, I love you too. And I want to just again say thank you so much. And I definitely wish you the best. And like I said, we'll be connecting off of this camera. For all of you that are watching on Facebook Live, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And again, this is Miss Ebonice Atkins. She is a dope camera girl. Make sure you go and check her out. Go to all of her social media pages and check her out and look at her work as well. And make sure, I think it's, what's the website where they can actually go and check out your work? Is it seventhwondermedia.com?
Yes.
There you go.
seventhwondermedia.com.
There you go. So make sure you guys go and check out her work as well. You can
seventhwondermedia.net. seventhwondermedia.net.
There you go. seventhwondermedia.net. There we go. And again, girl, thank you so much for coming on. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And again, I want to say thank you to my guest, Miss Ebonice Atkins, for coming on the show today. And don't forget, this portion of the Lady Charmaine Live Show was sponsored by Up and Away Travel Services. If you're interested in becoming a travel agent, this is what I want you to do. I want you to contact Miss Sherry Brockman at 916-826-6606 and start your travel business today. And don't forget to join my Hot Topics group. It's Hot Topics Real Talk, No Chaser. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and also check out any videos on YouTube at Lady Charmaine TV. And again, thank you so much for watching Lady Charmaine Live.